Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Blessings to all of you. So, tomorrow night from Wednesday to Thursday might be the Holy Night. Traditionally, it is the Holy Night anyway, but I think this time it really will be the night. And it is surely a good point to stay awakened as much as possible. Now, for those of you who cannot do it in no way because they have to work the next day, there is a way to do it even so, and this is you go to bed after Isha and then you get up, if you can, 15 minutes before Fajr time. And then you pray just 2 rakats and ask what you like to ask. And that will be counted as if you have been the whole night awakened, right? So, and for the others who want to stay awake, the night awaken, or who can stay awake, night awaken, then you make as much as possible sajda, yeah. Put your head down to earth, and pray for the people you love. Pray for whatever you need to pray, and that also will be the way you can connect with that night. And for all the others, you can look on the website as well, all the specific things to recite and to pray. So then also it is a sunnah to remind you for Zakatul Fitr. Yeah, that is the charity that you should give before this moon ends. And it is in Germany, it's 10 euros. In other countries, it might be different, but 10 euros is what we do in Germany, right? And it counts for you if you are single. If you are married, you pay also for your wife. If you are married and have children, you pay for your wife and your children, all right? If you want to pay, for example, you have parents that passed away and you want to give some charity in their name, also that is a very good thing to do, yes. So that's basically about external things. Now, the other thing we like to say is that very often we experience in our life a point where we are stuck, a point where somehow we cannot go further, we cannot go on, And when that happens, there is a tendency that we either forget about it, or that we just continue as it is, or that we run away from the situation because we feel it too heavy, And the way to proceed with those situations is that you become more intimate with yourself. And that means you're not becoming more intimate with your problem, and staring to the problem means usually you stare to the other, or you stare to the circumstances, but to look and to allow to see yourself, what is it that makes you to be stopped there? What is causing the river not to continue to flow to the ocean, or the raindrop to fall down? That is the question you must put yourself. Why can I not flow further? And you will find out in 90% of the cases, it is a fear that you have. And there is nothing wrong in having fears, but we want to go through them and we want to attain liberation, right? So sometimes it is difficult for us to see ourselves. And then if you have a friend, for example, or you have someone you trust, that you ask for help, that is not a mistake in that point, Because all of us, we have this gift, let's say, to see the other easier than ourselves. As a matter of fact, this is what we think we should do all the time, looking to others, but we only should look to others if they ask us for help. And the other side, at the time, we look just to ourselves. And so looking to yourself, observing yourself, not on the situation, not on the problem, but on the deep point where you feel that you resist, that makes you, for example, not to make a decision or to be afraid of a decision. And then you must look, what is it? What is it that you are afraid, right? And when you make that your habit to become more intimate, then you will see always another level of truth. Which means that the thing which was true before for you is not anymore in the same way true. Sometimes it happens that it replaces the truth that you had before completely. And this is what happens actually. That things which were so relevant for us and so important and so death and life important, they can become much less important, if not completely irrelevant for us, that they have no importance anymore. And in fact, that means surrendering. That is the meaning of the process of surrendering. And this is one of the meanings why we go from this world, why we have to change body, no? Because we don't go from life. Life is eternal. We don't lose our life, but we lose this body and we lose all the circumstances that we have in. And by losing them, we will understand that those circumstances were not really important. Yeah. So when you come to this reality where the circumstances are not anymore what dominates you, the age, the whatever it is, the situation, simply the situation you're into, it does not dominate you, then you made a major step. And you become intimate with existence. Because existence represents in this phrase, I am. Yeah. I'm not that, I'm not this. Yeah. You are that and this for a time. But you are, I am beyond all times. And this is the simple reason why the divine himself is not worried about what happens, because it dwells into itself beyond any appearances there are, any situations, any happenings, right? Because when you go more and more and more deeper in you, you come into a world where there is nothing left from what we can contribute to this dimension. Yeah. It is a complete different existence. It has nothing to do anymore with what we see and what we experience now. So then, of course, the relevance of it will drastically diminish. As the last 10 days in Ramadan are the days of liberation. So from what should we get liberated? Yeah, that is basically from our fears. Yeah, the fear not to heal, the fear to stay poor, the fear to stay alone, the fear not to reach your life destination, to fulfill your life, to find your partner, and so on and so on. All these fears, that is where we're looking for liberation, right? And that is the time for it. Yes. So I hope this gives you some insight and some motivation, and very, very happy night and very happy days. And if we don't see before Eid, which is possibly the case, then happy Eid for you. As one brother said to me, there is a time for fasting and there is a time for feasting. And Allah wants us to do both, because many of us, we have this thing that we want to have Ramadan. Now we want to keep Ramadan forever, right? That's something understandable, because Ramadan is this blissful time and is this time where we can make things we cannot do in any other months, right? Where we receive gifts that we do not receive in any other months. But then there is Eid, and that means it is the feast. It is the feast time, and Allah wants us to see happy. Yeah. So that is a moment of happiness where we should show our happiness, our thankfulness, our gratefulness, our celebration, our capacity to celebrate life. That is Eid. And we need to keep Eid as well. And Eid is with people, with your family, with your brothers and sisters. If you have, then this is what we should do at that time. So happy Eid for you, and all the best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.